talk to you about in a huge of organised.
Arrived at 8:30, 8 o'clock, and we were still unloading trucks. And at 11 o'clock, we opened this show.
Holy moly.
The critical pathways, there's so much that can go wrong. This is the 100th show we've done like this.
Yeah.
Since this format, the roadshow format came out of ENTECH being a traditional trade show, which it used to be 3 days at Darling Harbour.
Yeah.
So we had 2 setup days.
Yeah.
And you know what? It looked like this.
Oh.
So the problem was, Jess, that there was kind of like an arms race of exhibitors buying really big stands.
Yeah.
And then they would fly a lighting rig. So you'd need a half a day to have all the overhead motors put in. And then you'd need another day to run the power out.
Oh my gosh.
Because when you put all that stuff in the air, you need a lot of juice. And particularly before LED.
True.
So back in the 1990s, the power consumption was 8 or 9 times what it is now in entertainment.
Moly.
So what makes me proud is that we reached the point where 13 years ago we could evolve that big box trade show into something that was nimble, that went to 5 cities around Australia.
Yes.
And it was an instant hit. So the first time we went out with 1 truck, and now we're on 4 trucks.
Holy moly.
And the power up here now, we had 8 guys running power this morning.
Yeah.
We had 20 guys unloading trucks. We had 3 forklifts, and everything works on time.
What? You put all of the effort and organising that you pour into it. Why is it important that people in this industry get together and connect in this way? Like, why have you...
That's a good question, and I'll give you the answer. Everybody out there is a lone wolf, right?
Yeah.
Now, they're all collaborating and having a great time, and they're going to have some beer in a minute. But what happens is, when you do a show, you're on a team. When you finish the show, you're on your own.
Yeah.
And imagine you're doing a show and the season finishes and you want to go and do another show tomorrow, next week, next month. You're competing against me. The people that were on your team are now effectively, they're in co-opetition with you.
Brutal.
Yeah. And then the next thing that happens, and this is really critical for people contemplating getting into this industry, that is the entertainment industry in general, is you get really high.
Yeah.
You get really pumped off the energy.
Yeah.
And the roar of the grease paint, the smell of the crowd, the people go home.
Yeah.
And the air's warm and fragrant.
Yeah.
And you come down and you go home at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And you can't go to sleep.
Yeah. Wired.
So because of the emotional highs and lows.
Absolutely.
And if your personality is such once a year sometimes, and they compare notes, and they all have families, or as they get older, and there's job opportunities, and there's networking done.
And solidarity.
The engine room is that they buy that stuff. There's 68 tons of gear out there.
Oh my gosh.
On 62 stands worth $25 million.
Bloody
and that's
hell.
representative of this year's technology that next year will be obsolete. And there's a lot of very creative designers here who will do incredible things with this tech.
Yes.
And you'll see it at shows and you'll go, wow, that just blew my mind.
Yeah.
You look at some of the contemporary shows these days. It's just a world beyond what it was just a few years ago even.
Can you think of a specific experience you had or a product you heard about where you thought, I can't believe we can do this now? Like,
the LED. In the early 2000s, when the tungsten lamp was replaced with a solid state LED that burned 10% of the power. I thought, wow, this is it. This is the future. Because when you built a theatre before 2000 or 2001, you had to put in 4 times the air conditioning than you needed for the people because of all those lights. Because you hung 100 1,000 watt lights in the air, which is effectively 100 bar radiators,
Oh my gosh.
and you turn them on for the show.
Yeah.
So the power draw and the heat and the air conditioning draw, suddenly all that went away. And what happened then was with the first generation of lights that moving lights, they all had fans in them and they were noisy.
Yeah.
And so when you put them in a theatre, the noise floor was there.
Yeah.
When the LED came along, it was burning cool. They didn't need the fan anymore. And suddenly the noise floor went down. So you had a silent auditorium. So it was a revolution. So the years 2000 through 2005, we had digital mixing consoles come of age.
Yes.
We had line arrays come along in 1999, and we had LEDs come along in 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
So everything changed, Jess. And here we are 25 years later, and the iteration, the evolution out there, every single year it's getting lighter, brighter, more powerful. It's consuming less power.
Yeah.
And it's getting easier to program, easier to use. So colleagues, people your age can get really good results that they couldn't even have dreamed of 2 years ago. Last October, the AI engines all got agents. And so last October, everyone in the world could suddenly write code.
Yeah,
That's insane. So this event I'm running, ENTECH, we were quoted $77,000 this year for our registration system, the thing that prints the badge you're wearing there.
Yes.
And it's got a meetings module we wanted to incorporate, which is a new innovation in conventions where exhibitors can see you in advance and arrange meetings, things like that.
Yeah.
We were quoted $77,000 to rent that for this show, for 5 shows around Australia. And we got AI to build it.
Makes it, streamlines it so much.
It's crazy stuff.
And
now, having said that, before you race off and do it, I had to get a developer to make it work properly.
Yes.
But
yeah,
95% of the code writing was done by Claude.
I find that contrast really interesting because you kind of cut your teeth in the really grisly
analog world.
Yeah, like, sweaty, everyone's yeah, and it
was the 70s, the 80s were an aggressive time in entertainment. It was adversarial. There were long hairs, there were straights, there were theatre people. And then there were the authoritarian guys from the Second World War who were the hall attendants.
Yeah.
This is going back to the 70s where, these guys had come out of the Second World War and they got a job with a council through the old mates division. And you had these guys wearing uniforms running halls. And you wanted to do a show. You went into a hall that had polished floor, smelled of floor polish and wax.
Yeah.
And you had this guy in a suit determined to make your life hell. Like if they had an elevator, which most of them didn't, they wouldn't let you use it anyway. Just carry the gear. Long hairs, hippies, scum. And also the other thing that was going on was the generation gaps at the beginning of my career in the 70s. Parents and kids they were miles apart.
Yeah.
Those parents were listening to Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
And we were listening to Led Zeppelin.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Now, your parents, I'm your grandfather. I'm a really old guy. Your parents are cool people.
Yeah.
And to me, they're young people. And you guys can find commonality in culture.
It's in thanks. We were talking a little bit earlier about how the reason we can enjoy this music so much and, memorable times where we've seen someone live at the Horden is because of people in your industry who are running around in black T-shirts.
Which is another stereotype, which is because of if you work on a stage, you're supposed to be invisible, so you wear black T-shirts.
Yeah.
There's a problem with that too. You go to a festival outdoors, it's 40 degrees, and they're wearing black T-shirts.
No way.
In the daytime, in the sun. Don't start me.
No way. True. We need a device.
But we are invisible.
Yeah.
We're not on we're not in the show. We're on the show.
Yes.
Right? And those we're talking about the highs and the lows, that's a real problem.
Yeah.
I admit it. If I do a show, I rarely mix a show these days. If I do, I go home, I put the TV on, and I drink a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And then I go to sleep. It's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable.
It's, I guess, as a creative person, you really feel your craft, and I'm kind of interested now that you're in charge of the logistics of ENTECH shows, and you've also been in sound for decades.
52 years.
Yeah. Like, what is the element that you are most passionate about? Is it the people?
Production values, and the people being looked after. I absolutely cannot abide by unfairness or inequity. My mum was a really solid feminist, and there's one of the greatest lighting designers in Australia walking me on the camera. Very colourful guy.
Oh, bit of an honour.
That's Ziggy.
Hello.
The problem with the entertainment industry is exploitation, and still sexism.
Yeah.
But mostly exploitation. And these days it's more about being ripped off than being, having a bad physical experience. But to be honest with you, I don't like the ethos of entertainment at all. And
interesting.
I'm really glad my kids, of which I've had 9,
wow.
As close as they've got to the stage is one of them is a church pastor.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It sounds like, I don't know.
Don't put your daughter on the stage. It's an old saying.
I see. Yeah.
What you read about, it's worse out there.
I think you're sort of providing the antithesis of that exploitation, because today, as you said, you give people a chance to chat. You give them a chance to not feel so alone in...
Yeah, and to be honest, it's not altruistic in the sense that Kate, my wife, and I, this is our living. Like, we do 15 days. We do 5 shows in 15 days, 5 states.
Holy moly.
And that's an entire year's living for us.
Yeah.
And it's a great lifestyle.
Aww.
We also do this in New Zealand every second year.
Yeah.
So later this year, we're going to New Zealand for 3 cities. And at the moment, we're trying to find some investors to take this to Europe, because nobody does this show anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Where else can you test
Europe is the obvious place to do this.
Yes.
Because of the EU. So there's no issues with borders. Because the travel times are so much easier than here. I mean, tonight our trucks drive 12.5 hours to Brisbane.
Yeah.
And then we load in tomorrow afternoon. There's no margin for error. They've got 2-hour margin, 120 minutes.
Do you feel that, and as my closing question to you, is when you travel to the different shows, is the atmosphere different in different cities? Yes,
that's very astute. The show's got a completely different vibe in every city. We have a unique program in each city with the NTalks Theatre. And every city has its own culture. And we really notice the really big difference when we go to New Zealand. They are really innovative people.
Yeah.
They are really versatile, because they're such a small, mighty country that it has to punch above its weight.
Absolutely.
And we get such a good vibe in New Zealand with this show.
Yeah.
They stay all day. Whereas these guys come for 4 hours, usually if they're happy hour, to drink my beer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
On that happy note.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Julius.
Hey. Thank you. It's very astute.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah. And enjoy kick-ons. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. It's been a smorgasbord.